The Northeast is home to some of the best soccer clubs in America, and we head just south of the Bronx for an MLS Next Pro tussle. Following 2 short days off, New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2 are set to face off. It's the third and final meeting of the year between these two teams. New England goes for the sweep today. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us from Icon Stadium for NYCFC 2. A win in the midweek has jolted them from 10th to 8th in the standings. Positioning, though, it's not a concern for them right now. They're continuing to stack wins. For New England Revolution 2, they're ready to bounce back after suffering 2 consecutive losses. And things are getting real interesting with the final day of the regular season approaching. It's under a month away. So let's take a look at where each team sits. Like we mentioned, New England, they're right in the mix with Crown Legacy and Chattanooga FC for the top spot in the Eastern Conference. Just 4 points separate the 3 and 7 seeds. Entry into the postseason is wide open, and it's a big reason of why New York City FC 2 is right in the mix. They're in that last spot in 8th. A midweek victory got them over the hump, but they're not done yet. They have their eyes set on catching Red Bull New York 2. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati 2 are the first Eastern Conference clubs to be eliminated. Carolina Core would join them with a loss, and a New York City and Chicago 2 victories. Crown Legacy, they can clinch a postseason berth today with 1 or more points. As for what both coaches have for us today, let's take a look at the starting 11s. Just one change for Matt Pilkington's side following that 5-0 beatdown in the midweek. Mac Learned is in search of his 6th clean sheet on the year. He had just 1 a year ago, so this is a big improvement. The backfield and midfield would remain unchanged, and it is one of the best midfields in the league. You look at the defensive work rate of Peter Molinari, the attacking skill set of Cooper Flax, and of course the versatility of Max Carrizo. It makes that middle 3 unbeatable, but the lone change, it's a big one. Seymour Reed is back with the second team. He's made 12 appearances for the first team this year, and he's on the pitch for the 7th time for Coach Matt Pilkington and company. And as for the visitors, it's a pair of changes for Revs 2 from that road loss on Wednesday. Makai Wells is now in the 11, while Joshua Macedo, he sees starting minutes for just the 2nd time this year. After his pro debut against Inter Miami 2, Zach LaPierre gets the starting nod in net for consecutive matches. Matthew Jean-Baptiste and Miles Morgan, they've been a dynamic duo. They have 17 goals between the two of them. Morgan, he's tallied in 4 straight games. Meanwhile, Jean-Baptiste, the 16-year-old academy product, has dropped the jaws of this staff. It's a big reason of why he started now in so many matches. This will be 9 out of 11. We are just moments away from kickoff at Icon Stadium in New York City. NYCFC 2 in the white kits. Revs 2 in the red and navy kits. Matt Pilkington, in his 5th year at the helm of NYCFC 2, has his eyes set on making the postseason for just the 2nd time in his tenure. The club made it back in 2024. They only got to the first round where they fell in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Today for Revs 2, it's assistant coach Michael Milazzo at the helm of this team. New England, since joining MLS Next Pro in 2022, they've been to the playoffs on 3 occasions. They've taken part in the quarterfinals twice and even made it to the conference finals. They're well within the conversation for the postseason. Question is, will they catch Crown Legacy or Chattanooga FC here in the final month of play? It is beautiful at Icon Stadium. It's an iconic view, 76 degrees, a little bit of clouds, but it is mostly sun. Stephen Foster is our head official. He's assisted by Adam Sala and goes Hendricks, the fourth official today. Kenan Kapitanovic.
New York City, it's go time! New York City, llegó la hora!
The midweek results for both of these clubs could not have been more opposite. It was on this very field that NYCFC 2 thumped FC Cincinnati 2 5-0. And later that night, following a weather delay, New England Revolution 2 would fall to Inter Miami 2, who's already eliminated from the playoff conversation, 4-2. This is a game that both clubs desperately need to win, and you can go to any game at any point in a season, and either team will say that in that moment, that's what they're focused on. The win is so important, but just looking at the situations where we're at in the season, given the recent trends of both of these clubs, 3 points is crucial today. And one side could come away with it. New England Revolution 2 throughout the year have been able to score at a high rate. For NYCFC 2, that ability, it's come in the later stages of this 2026 campaign. Both clubs are solid defensively. They get the job done, but it can often be the attack that carries each club to new heights. The 8th ranked team in the Eastern Conference, NYCFC 2, in the white kits. They host New England Revolution 2 in the dark kits. They're ranked 3rd in the Eastern Conference. The watch is checked, the whistle is sound, and we are underway from Icon Stadium in New York. I am Josh Lill, thrilled to have you with us today. Can NYCFC 2 carry their momentum into this game, or will it be New England who can right some of the recent wrongs, given all the injury troubles they've had as of late? Lucas Sunic not in the 11 today, but he and his club struck first on Wednesday in the 4th minute of play. They came racing out of the gate. We'll see the adjustments that New England makes. Both teams can be very good at the press, but given this is now the 3rd match in 7 days for both of these clubs, it's unlikely to see that heavy press continue, just due to the physical nature that it takes to carry out a good press. You might see each side step off just a little bit more to the middle areas of the pitch versus setting that high line. NYCFC 2 not afraid to set that high line early on, and they are whistled for the foul. New England Revolution 2, they own this all-time series against NYCFC 2. 7 wins in 13 matches, and also won 2 out of 3 that have gone to penalties. But it's been a dismal run as of late from Matt Pilkington's side against Revs 2. They've lost 5 consecutive in regulation, dating all the way back to the start of 2025. This one's played on the ground. Starts with LaPierre, and there's positive movement here for Revs 2. Quick touch and played forward. Oliveira kicked it outside. Wells plays it inward. It's central. Azar in pursuit. Opts to reset. Azar has the flexibility to play both as a center back but a defensive midfielder. Was on the back line on Wednesday, and you can see really acting as that safety blanket today. To aid in forward movement for the center backs. Jake Shannon. Gabriel Darlene. Azar back to Darlene, and right now Revs 2 cannot find that clear entry point to that second line of confrontation. They do there. Now Wells goes down. He's dispossessed. Alhaji Sam with an inaccurate pass, and it's intercepted right in the middle of the park. Alcedo wins it back for Revs 2. Javon Masendon plays it through. And nothing to it for the visitors in the moment, but they do draw a set piece. Corner kick, first one of the evening, and it goes to Revs 2. Fourteenth all-time meeting between these two clubs. It comes on a beautiful Saturday in August in the Big Apple. Here come Revs 2. That one deflected. Learned had to punch it away. And he finds himself with it again after a quick header from Gabriel Darlene. NYCFC 2 see daylight. They try the long ball up ahead. It's quickly taken away. Irene Prajapati made sure to find the body of El Haji Sam and take away the fast break chance. Prajapati. Oliveira. Intercepted. It's Cooper Flax, leaves it off for Carrizo. Does NYCFC 2 have the early magic again? They do! It squeaks through! This team cannot stop scoring early, and it's Cooper Flax who gets on the score sheet. This ball had no business getting through. It starts with Flax, he leaves it for Carrizo. And the 1-2 punch in the midfield, Carrizo. He was clinical in his creation off the byline in the midweek. He finds Flax, who puts it right to the hands of Zach LaPierre. It looks like a routine play, but it gets through the young 15-year-old keeper's hands. And all of a sudden, NYCFC 2 have Revs 2 on their back foot. They lead 1-0. Ninth goal of the year for Cooper Flax. And that ties his goal total from a year ago when he was a Wake Forest Demon Deacon. He took part in men's soccer in the ACC Conference. This one played Central. Carrizo first to it. Goes down on his own accord, and it's sent over the net. Adonis Campos thought to get on the scoring party. Here's another look at it. Sam works it into the middle. And Campos finds the space just outside the box. It was a little heavy on the attempt. Foul won by the hosts. Well, in back-to-back matches, they have scored their first goal inside the first 10 minutes of play. It seemed the only person that was missing from the score sheet, whether it was via goals or helpers, was Cooper Flax. Shockingly, did not see a goal contribution in that 5-0 victory. But nonetheless, he has arrived. The two-time All-ACC honoree has given his side the lead early on. Max Carrizo recorded his first brace of his career on Wednesday. Carrizo goes down, but it falls to Seymour Reed. He will certainly be marked very closely. Carrizo. Still with it. Loyola around. Sachecki to Lopez. Falls centrally. And NYC too will try a second. Carrizo loves the take. And it was oh so close. Quickly won back, it's Carrizo! Well, the ball has found his foot plenty early on inside the first 11 minutes. And every time it's touched his foot, he has threatened goal. Whether it's with a possible assist or a near strike, the message is clear and obvious early on. Keep the ball away from Max Carrizo if you're on Revs 2. CFC2 already in the attacking third as that one skips across and finds the chest of LaPierre. This high press continues to be daunting for New England Revolution 2. Matt Pilkington alluded to it in our talks leading up to this match. He went back to the Cincinnati game on Wednesday and felt like the press, the shape, and the intensity, it all played a factor into the quick start. He's taken notice of the importance to score early and what that can do for the rest of the match to come, as that one's taken away by Carrizo. It's poked free, and now the visitors settle on it. Goal on Wednesday for this New York City team was about controlling spaces, progressing quickly, and of course creating overloads. They can throw so many numbers at the ball, it forces you to scramble at times. And Coach Pilkington does such a good job of coaching his guys to get into the open spots off the ball. Again, what you can do on the ball, it definitely sets you up to be a great player, but it'll be even better if you can pick your moments when not having the ball at your feet. Played in, bouncing in the area. A couple of defenders there, and it's muscled free. Well, Revs 2 in that loss to Inter Miami 2. It seemed as if they did everything right. They led in shots, shots on target, blocks. They were superior when it came to sharing the ball and the accuracy for which they did. They even accumulated 10 corner kicks, but did not have much to show for it. Head coach Pablo Morera felt like his side walked into a very emotional and intense game. He was not one to shy away from the point that the players were thinking about the standings, and there should have been greater respect for Inter Miami regardless if they're out of the playoff race. He was impressed by his side's effort to come back in the match and make it a close game. At one point it was 3-2. And for a team that's only lost 6 times this year, 2 of those losses have come back to back. This is very much a club that's shown resilience. But to think a third of the losses have come in the last 7 days, it's mind-blowing if that shows the success that they've carried from March through mid-August, and that is hard to sustain. Of course, injuries and call-ups, they all play a factor. And now New England Revolution 2, they find themselves down 1-0 after an early New York City goal. Learned under duress. Sucheki tries the long ball. Revs 2 were ready for it. Masindin defending. Refuses to give in to Carrizo. The hosts will now try the other side. They work central. The 1-2 nearly worked to perfection. If it wasn't for the defensive efforts of the Revs 2 players, they did a good job of clogging the passing lanes. You can see there, they're willing to jump to the ball, even if it means having to go through a player. There's the offside flag against NYCFC 2. This portion of the match is brought to you by St. John's University, the official undergraduate partner of New York City FC 2. This Revs 2 team is one of the best road clubs in all of MLS Next Pro. Today they come in with a record of 5 wins, 2 losses, and 3 draws. That is the second most road wins by an Eastern Conference team this year. And their 2 road defeats, well, that's tied for second fewest in all of MLS Next Pro. Tied for the fewest amongst Eastern Conference teams. It's a side that's not afraid of a challenge of being on the road, but they'll be challenged here. It's Carrizo. Dispossessed. After the early goal by Cooper Flax, and Max Carrizo nearly doubles the score. Bit of a tussle in the midfield. We do play on. It's Wells who looked to cut inside. Right now, Miles Morgan furious with the head official. He felt like he was grabbed unfairly. He does drop back into position, but not without a bit of disdain for the call, or lack thereof, I should say. Sends it in a recycle. It's Darlene, given a bit of space. Oliveira threw on the ground. It's a good-looking pass. It was inviting. Eventually knocked away. Sucheki was there. And it falls for a throw-in. Masendin. Prajapati. Makai Wells. Very talented, that is well known. But anytime he's touched the ball on that left flank, he's been shut down immediately. Has a great ability to get to his inside foot, but has had that taken away thus far. Matthew Jean-Baptiste leaves it inside, it's floating, and it goes in! Miles Morgan and Matthew Jean-Baptiste wreaking havoc. New England Revolution 2 have evened it up. This is about as unorthodox as it gets. It falls to Matthew Jean-Baptiste. He plays it through for Morgan. It does go off the leg of the defender. For now, it's Morgan with the goal. We'll see if there's any change to the ruling of the score. But in a messy manner, it is Revs 2 who are able to make this a 1-1 match. How about the pass by Matthew Jean-Baptiste? In traffic, able to lay that one through. And of course, all here Miles Morgan need is a chance at the ball. There it is officially. Morgan now with his 13th goal. And for Morgan, that is a historic one. That now ties Liam Butts' program record from a year ago. Make it 5 straight matches that Miles Morgan has recorded a goal. We are watching history in the making. Flax. Carrizo. Through to Reed. Seymour Reed in the area, dribbles through, it's Seymour Reed, fights through the contact. New England Revolution 2 knock it away. Joshua Macedo takes some contact on that far flank. It does stay with the visitors, and they have all the momentum after a scrappy goal and a defining defensive moment. The mantra that this New England Revolution 2 team has carried with themselves throughout the 2026 campaign is controlling the controllables, especially not looking at the table. Again, Wednesday, a good learning lesson, but this is a team that's known for keeping their heads down, working hard, and watching it pay off in the distance. You need to do that in order to be successful on the road. Just given all the travel, the adversity that you can face away from your home pitch. It's important to not worry about the outside factors. It's something that Pablo Morera has been very impressed by throughout the duration of the 2026 season. And look, at times, due to call-ups and injuries, the staff, they haven't been able to rotate players as much. These guys that you see before you have had to take care of themselves physically more than anything, as Gabriel Dalin poaches that one free and resets the attack for Revs 2. Macedo into the final third. Tries this one in the air, and it's whiffed. Taken away by the defense. Sent up ahead. And Seymour Reed in tight territory on the near sideline, excuse me. Revs 2 were last to touch. Seymour Reed is such a heavy runner, especially when he can get vertical and go downhill. He is very difficult to stop, and you see right there the non-stop effort to try and win the ball back. It took a team effort from the visitors to keep it alive. They win the throw-in. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official kit supplier for New York City FC 2. Wells has trouble with it again. They have not been able to get him going, but it's not a worry for the moment, because Matthew Jean-Baptiste and Miles Morgan, they have been workhorses in the middle of the pitch. Errant giveaway, and the visitors take over. Wells. He might have gotten his jersey grabbed there from Joao Loyola. And Loyola has a talk right now with the head official. Stephen Foster gives his reason. Gets the ball in the appropriate spot, and we're back underway. As McLearned takes the ball for his goal kick, but he'll actually opt off to Joe Sacecki. It's a good time to mention that McLearned has taken quite the jump this year. He grew up in the New York City FC Academy, but we mentioned the difference in the shutouts accumulated. Just one a year ago. He's already at 5 this year. Matt Pilkington attributed that to how much he trains with the first team, the intensity and the high-level competition that he sees every day. It truly does make him better. Of course, he's gotten the chance to work with United States men's national team keeper Matt Freese, who's currently the goalkeeper for New York City FC. At such a young age, 24 to be specific for McLearned. At that age, on this second team, you get to be a bit of a sponge around those first team keepers and learn so much. It's really paid dividends, and it has shown this year. Learned surpassed 100 career MLS Next Pro saves on Wednesday against FC Cincinnati 2. Even though his side was up 5-0, he was very involved in the match. Never let his guard down once and continued to pursue with great intensity throughout the full 90 minutes. It's exactly what you want from your starting keeper, and maybe a possible regular on the first team in the future. Self-inflicted wound there for NYCFC 2. It's Revs 2 who look to break the deadlock. Morgan on the ground, it gets through. And it got touched by Learned. And Matthew Jean-Baptiste with that quick touch up ahead. Cristiano Oliveira put that one on frame, and Mac Learned was ready for it. Had to come outside his 6-yard box to make the save. At the half-hour mark, it is a set piece for Revs 2. We're even at 1-1 at Icon Stadium in the great state of New York. Within swing, batted away by Learned. It falls outside the area, it trickles through. Jean-Baptiste turns and faces, and it's barely off. It's off the cleat of a defender. And it sets up back-to-back corner kicks for the visitors. And Matthew Jean-Baptiste, you cannot leave him unmarked in front of net. Curler to the back post, and it finds no one. Once again, Miles Morgan, a historic goal scored to tie things up at 1-1. 13 goals this season. That ties a single season record, which was set by Liam Butts a year ago. It's goals in 5 consecutive matches, and with this, we will take a hydration break. It is 76 degrees in New York City. The wind moving at just 7 miles an hour to the northwest. That doesn't have too much impact. But of course, at this time of the year, the humidity, you want to make sure that everyone is getting the proper hydration to prevent any sort of fatigue. It was a good first 30 minutes. New York City FC 2 got things started off on the front foot yet again, just like they did on Wednesday. It's Carrizo back to Flax. And that one snuck through the mitts of Zach LaPierre. Makes just his second appearance ever. Second start as well. This one slid through by Matthew Jean-Baptiste. Who else but Miles Morgan? His 13th goal in the year. That is a joint single season high in club history. This portion of the match is brought to you by Etihad Airways, the official airline partner of New York City FC 2. Following the hydration break, both teams leave their respective bench areas. We have just under 15 minutes to play in the first half between New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2. I'm Josh Lill, thrilled to have you with us tonight. In case you missed our quick recap, it was Cooper Flax with the first goal for the hosts. Miles Morgan and company would tie it up for the visitors. And that would leave us where we are currently. This is such a positive for NYCFC 2 compared to the first 2 times they played New England Revolution 2. You go back to the meeting on May 10th. It was a 3-0 victory for Revs 2, where Miles Morgan and Shuma Sasaki converted a pair of penalty kicks. You never want to concede a penalty kick goal, let alone 2 in the same match. Revs 2 would also lead the shots on target department 10-3. And then these two clubs, they would meet at the end of July. And pardon me, it was a 3-2 victory back in May, 3-0 at the end of July. Cito, Zambrano, and Baptiste all scored in the first half for Revs 2. And that would be all they need to walk away with 3 points in that one. NYCFC 2 head coach Matt Pilkington didn't mince words with the difference between the two games. Felt like the first time out, the game was even. It was back and forth. His team was creating chances, but in the second go-around, it was slim pickings. It felt like it was one of their worst performances of the season up to that point, and really still is. You saw them sit low, and the side simply could not execute and break down the low block. Today, NYCFC 2, they've been a little more aggressive on their press. Whereas Revs 2, they've baited the hosts a bit at times. As Campos has nowhere to go. Loyola and Learned can reset for NYCFC 2. This is the 4th of 4 home matches in August for New York City. Here's Sam. Worked inside. The leg of Shannon. Wells in the vicinity. And it was the defense last to touch. As mentioned, 4 home games in August. This is the 4th and final. It's exactly what Matt Pilkington's side was desperate for after having gone all of July without playing a home match. This is one of the best home teams in all of MLS Next Pro. 6 wins coming into today with just 2 losses. Under 10 minutes to play until first half stoppage time. Jake Shannon tries the long ball, pins it into the corner. Cannot be dug out by Joshua Macedo. New England typically very good with the long ball. They've accumulated more accurate long balls than anyone in all of MLS Next Pro. But today, New York City FC 2, they've made it difficult for Revs 2 to play through the air. They've worked through the ground mostly, and again, don't get me wrong, this is still a very good team when it comes to playing out of the back and going from the back line to the front line, as that one's rifled on frame. And it just misses McLearned. They can still get end to end. But right now, the hosts have taken away the long ball. And have forced Revs 2 to play between the lines, as that one nearly tested McLearned. He doesn't bat an eye, he was ready for it. Here's the high press from Revs 2. Making it very difficult for McLearned off the goal kick. Carrizo and company do get through. He has green grass to run. Up ahead to Sam. El Hadji Sam to his outside foot. Not a lot of daylight. Decides to go to Campos and Peter Molinari. Molinari, another player that can cover so much ground. More of a defensive midfielder, but not afraid to get into an aggressive attacking position. This one's stolen. NYC unable to get out on the fast break, and it's because there was a foul and a hold against Gabriel Dalin. That one inside, it looked for Reed. Barely cleared. It was a sliding attempt from Dalin, if that. Carrizo. Matthew Jean-Baptiste double teamed, attempted to split it and was unsuccessful. Molinari. Carrizo waits for it. Campos has space to work. It's Sam. Molinari. And Campos awaits reinforcements in the area. Sam is the first there. And Campos shoved off the ball, and it is last touched by Revs 2. Corner kick incoming for NYCFC 2. New England have taken a stranglehold on the attack. They lead shots 9-4 and shots on target 3-1. The only goal scored by NYCFC 2 is their only shot on target. And the visitors have taken away a bit of the host's own game in terms of passing. New York City, typically a top 5 passing team in this league in terms of passes attempted and converted. They do so at a high rate. But today it's the visitors who have led in both of those categories, as there is a collision right in the midfield. Players from both teams shaken up, and that'll warrant a stoppage by our head official. Both players back to their feet. NYCFC 2 will resume play, with stoppage time looming. Each team looking for one last burst to break this 1-1 deadlock. Here's the whistle, and Flax would like Matthew Jean-Baptiste to back off just a little bit. Matthew Jean-Baptiste, a big reason of why this press has been so deadly. The relentless pursuit of the ball by both him and Miles Morgan has made it very tough to break that first line. Matt Pilkington's side has done it well today, but in terms of that final action in the attacking third, it hasn't really been there. Campos. Carrizo. Carrizo doing everything in his power to evade Logan Azar, who stands a bit taller and broader than the New York City midfielder. Molinari sees no need to risk anything right through the middle of that New England defense. New York City work around the formation. That seemed to pan out a bit better. Campos and company will try again. Flax back to Campos. CFC2 offside. El Haji Sam lurked behind the second to last defender. And stoppage time is now just right around the corner. Here's the long ball. And 5 minutes have been indicated by our fourth official, Kenan Kapitanovic. Fairly enough time for either side to have a good attack. Sustained attack, if you will. Put some pressure on. This one's left through. 3 in the area for New York City FC2. None find the ball in that territory. They'll start outside. It's Campos. Sam on the give and go. Returns. Cuts outside. Look to go inside. And a strong feed there from Jake Shannon. If Sam got through, it likely would have been a scoring chance. Right now, Jake Shannon's defense, a difference maker at the end of the half. Stepped up in confidence. Gave no room for Sam to get through. Must send in on the free kick right in the middle of the park. Prajapati. There's the high press from the hosts. Can New England break it? Seems they can for now. Wells. Evades Sam. Had a little too much on it. And it's out for a New York City goal kick. Jean-Baptiste and Morgan look to return the favor on the press, and Jean-Baptiste with the near poach. New York City FC2 were last to touch it. Mac Learned is livid that the press worked for Matthew Jean-Baptiste. A 16-year-old academy product continues to turn heads, open eyes, and drop jaws. He did a lot of the hard work to set up this set piece. Will he get the finishing touch? Not yet. That one taken out of the air by Prajapati, and it skips into the arms of Mac Learned. Just over 2 minutes to go until the approximate conclusion of the first half. New England right now have all the attacking momentum. Both chance creation wise in the passing department. They've also cleared the ball at a higher rate. And Campos. Now it's Sam. Camilo Ponce had that bicycle kick on Wednesday. Matt Pilkington was not surprised by Ponce's ability and composure to hit a goal like that. Carrizo tries for the backside. Nearly stolen away by New England. The hosts, they keep their foot on the gas pedal. Campos in search of Sam. Efforts of Mackay Wells kept that one from getting through. Molinari collides with Morgan there, and he's whistled for the hold. .30 seconds left. New England Revolution 2 taking their time here on the free kick. Masendon to the opposite side, Darlene. This ball skips most of the pitch into the arms of Learned, and that takes us to the half. It's New York City FC 2, who are even at 1 apiece with New England Revolution 2. Coming up in our halftime show, more player profiles, plus the upcoming schedule, and first half highlights when we come back. It is a 1-1 match between NYCFC 2 and New England Revolution 2 at halftime. Now we will visit with Chicago's Christopher Cups about playing for the national team. But first, let's learn another one of our great stories of the player pathway. But this one includes a happy surprise when Portland's Eric Aizoita recently made his MLS debut for the Timbers.
On March 22nd, the Timbers called up Timbers 2 midfielder Eric Aizoita ahead of their match against the LA Galaxy. Hours later, the 18-year-old academy product was named to the starting 11, making his MLS debut.
I didn't really know if I was starting or anything. I thought maybe I'd be on the bench, I'd play, but I was kind of just waiting for it. I was getting ready. I was like with my family, just chilling at home, really. I found out in the meeting right before the game. So like an hour 20 before the game. The anthem, it's always one of my favorite parts of every game. It's always, for me, that's like the crowd is engaged, everybody. It's just really cool experience. For me, just being in the stands, that's one of the parts of the game. And now being there, being on the field, doing it, it was just a really cool experience for me.
Confidence is everything in moments like these. And from the moment he walked into the locker room, Eric felt the trust of his teammates.
They were all just saying, we trust you, we believe in you, we know you're good enough for this. They were all just really positive, telling me that just to work hard out there, to not overdo it, just get into the game and just keep going. I'd say there was the first 10 minutes, I knew I had to go simple, I had to get it out. Then after 10, 15 minutes, I knew I was settling in. I made one good ball in behind, and then after that, I was good. And then second half, it took me 5, 10 minutes to get settled in again.
Perez loses out.
What a moment for Eric Zoita! The 18-year-old on his MLS debut scores an absolute screamer!
In my mind, after I scored, I thought I only took 1 touch or 2 touch. I thought I just ripped it right away. It felt really good coming off the foot. In warm-ups, I had 2 really good shots as well. They both came off the post, so I was hoping it wouldn't come off the post, but it was just a really good shot. I scored, and I knew we had a little chance to get back in it, and it was just a really good moment for me.
These moments come once in a lifetime, and for Eric, having his family there to see it live was priceless.
They were just really proud. They were all just asking how the game was, asking all the details. They were talking to me, telling me all the stuff, how everybody was walking up to them. Everybody was saying congratulations, and even though after the loss, everybody was really happy for me. They were asking how they get our seats and how they know where we were, and I think my brother told them where they were at, and they were just really, they didn't even know they were on camera, so it was really surprising for them.
Eric's dream of making his debut has now become a reality.
I'm really grateful for all the coaches, for all they've done. They've all done a lot for me and everybody else who's on the second team and the first team. And it's really cool seeing the talents coming out of the academy right now too.
Now, he's focused on everything that comes after it.
For me, it's to obviously break into the first team fully, hopefully get regular minutes. Those are my goals. That's one of my goals. Also getting called into the national team, keep getting called in, and then just up from there.
You've earned this opportunity through the work that you've put in, not only this season, but your entire career so far. When this tournament is over, what do you hope you've learned about yourself as a player?
I think for me, as I kind of age up, continue to go from U17 to U18 to U19 with the national team, it gets closer to playing for the senior team, and that's my goal. For me, my country is the most special level to play at. It's like there's nothing that compares to representing your country. And for me, I mean, my family is very American, we ton of European descent and stuff, but we've been here for a while, and so I feel very passionate about my country. So opportunities like this are really special. To play, potentially to play at the Azteca could be a super surreal experience representing the US. There's great history there. And just to represent with people that I've known from youth level, people that are Americans but play in Spain, but play across the world is an absolute honor.
The RB in, first one to the ball, the tap, saved off the line by Cups.
But I think after this tournament, it's I use it as a measuring stick. I have to see where I stack up, what are the things in my game that are still obvious areas of improvement, and how can I close that gap in the next 6 months before the next competition. I think that's what I've tried to do with the national team. Is there these benchmarks where I get to test myself, and this is another one where I get to test myself in a really cool environment with things on the line. It's a unique opportunity, and I'll get a new benchmark. and then I go and beat it in the next 6 months, and that'll be the goal.
The opportunity to build a professional soccer club in Long Island, to me is really unique. Number one, because I'm from New York, I'm from Queens. It's a community that I'm very familiar with, that I resonate with. Long Island has a tremendous source of pride that only Long Islanders know and feel. To do this in a place where there is such a rich soccer history, on the youth end, professionally, is also unique. We're not just launching a soccer club, we're launching a culture, we're launching a community space, we're launching a brand and a team that will make Long Island proud. Island FC will represent, not just what's happening on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that we certainly give more than we take, and that's in all parts of the organization and the club.
I came to Long Island 40 years ago now and created the very first professional coaching organization. And out of that has grown this tremendous industry of viral coaching, super clubs and companies. And this is really an end result for that. It's an opportunity through the Island FC to act as an embracing organization that really brings the island together in a significant way and propels male and female soccer to the top. This is bringing professional soccer right to the heart of Long Island, and it makes that dream a reality. They will see young Long Island players coming through and playing pro here with the Island FC and representing Long Island on that international stage.
(1-1) is our score at half between New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2. I'm Josh Lill, thrilled to have you with us tonight. Let's take a look at how we got to where we are. We have plenty more to talk about during the half as well. But first, let's look at the upcoming schedule from around the league, and things are beginning to heat up as decision day approaches. Philadelphia Union 2 will welcome a red-hot Connecticut United team to town. Chicago Fire 2 will joust with Inter Miami 2. Crown Legacy, they're in search of clinching a postseason berth. A win of any kind tomorrow will do just that. Columbus Crew 2, they go on the road to face Huntsville as they are still right at the same level. They're tied for third with New England Revolution 2. Red Bull New York 2, they look to escape the depths of the playoff race. They're in seventh. A win against Toronto would do wonders. St. Louis City 2 hosts Houston Dynamo 2, who are red hot. And of course, Austin FC atop the table in the Western Conference. They'll take on San Jose Earthquakes 2 and Colorado Rapids 2. It's been a tough year. They're already eliminated from the playoff race. They'll take on another bottom four side in Real Monarchs. All that action taking place tomorrow. It's an action-packed week of Wednesday matches, Saturday games, and events on Sunday. Things are getting very exciting here in all of MLS Next Pro. Again, our score between New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2 at the break is 1-1. Let's take a look at how we got to where we are. Starting off, it was an early chance for New York City FC 2. They scored in the 4th minute in their Wednesday fixture against Cincinnati 2. So it's only natural that they get another chance early on. This one in the 6th minute. It's Carrizo on the byline. Black steps up, fires that one right into the midst of Zach LaPierre. It does get through. That would make it 1-0 NYCFC 2. But New England, they would have a response. Matthew Jean-Baptiste would leave that one through to Miles Morgan. It's a historic goal, his 13th. That ties a single season high in program history. Another great chance here, and Mac Learned with the reactionary save to keep that one out of the net. Score would remain 1-1. When we come back, we'll have the second half of play between New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Yeah. Boys hear sentiment. Flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best. Can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions. Trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next. Just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now.
The unique energy of a Sunday night. Ideal for calm music, whispers, stargazing, reflection, and a relaxed environment. Sunday nights were made for this.
We are just moments away from kickoff in the second half between New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2. I'm Josh Lill. Happy to have you with us tonight and set to take you through the final 45 minutes of play between these two. New York City FC 2 coming to this one right at the edge of the playoff line. They had a massive midweek victory over FC Cincinnati 2. They currently sit in 8th. Right now, New England Revolution 2, they're in 3rd. A win today would jump them into 2nd over Chattanooga FC. So there's a lot to play for both these sides. And like we mentioned, every game at any point in a season is important. But just given the trends where both of these clubs are at today is pivotal. New England Revolution 2, they've won their last 5 against NYCFC 2, all in regulation. But as for NYC, well, they've been pretty good at home. 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws against Revs 2 on home turf. Their last win was a 6-2 victory at home back in April of 2024. It's been a minute, but there's no better time to shake things up and reverse the matchup history. Of course, Revs 2 had a 3-2 and 3-0, a pair of victories, 3-2 and 3-0 earlier this year against Matt Pilkington's side. This one seems to be shaping up more like the match back in May that was tightly contested, where each team did have a fair amount of chances. Key point of emphasis for NYCFC 2 in this one is being able to break Revs 2 down, whether they sit in a mid-block or load block. It's important to be able to beat them between the lines, shift play in and out, and spread this defense thin. As for Pablo Moreta and company, Revs 2 had this game circled on their calendar after back-to-back losses. They're ready to turn the page. They know in order to do so, they have to beat an excellent press that Matt Pilkington brings to the table. You saw the way they scored their first goal, courtesy of Matthew Jean-Baptiste and Miles Morgan. Off a dump in, they created hectic play. They will need numbers in and around the second balls to pounce on those crazy moments, if you will. Moments of a helter-skelter mentality. The watch is checked, the whistle is sounded, and the second half of play between New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2 is underway. Again, I'm Josh Lill from Icon Stadium. It's an Eastern Conference showdown here on a beautiful Saturday from New York City. 75 degrees, and it couldn't be a better evening for soccer. Stephen Foster is our head official. Didn't have to go to the pocket at all in the first half. That very well could change. Only time will tell, though. Macedo dispossessed. Here comes New York City. Johnny Lopez had that stunner on Wednesday from outside the box. It's quickly worked to the other side. New York City threatening, and that one nearly misses. El Hadji Sam worked well off the ball, got himself into an advantageous spot, but just lacked a little bit on the execution. And Cristiano Oliveira wrapped his arms around an NYCFC2 player. Camilo Ponce took the worst of it, and it's a free kick for New York City. Matt Pilkington's side, not a club that gets fouled very often. They're bottom 10 in that category. Whereas on the other side, New England Revolution 2. Well, they're one of the most fouled teams in all of MLS Next Pro. Flex had the first goal of the day. Carrizo got the assist. Lopez. Darlene. And Shannon goes down. And the training staff whistled or motioned on immediately following the whistle. And this is not the sign you want to see if you're Pablo Morera and company. After all the injury troubles this year. And Jonathan Lopez shown the booking. Didn't take much time for Stephen Foster to go to his pocket for the first time. That's now 5 bookings on the year against Lopez. That official jogs back into positioning. And we are ready to resume play. Another heavy collision. Stephen Foster was ready to motion on someone onto the pitch. It appears Zoa Loyola seemed to be fine to continue. It felt like there was contact against New England, and for a first half that was not very chippy. It was fast moving, not as physical as you might have thought. Here inside the first few minutes, players not afraid to mix it up. We've seen a couple of hard challenges already. Dribble taken away. And it falls favorably for NYCFC2. It's a team that's been in a lot of one-score games, 10 to be exact. They've won on 5 occasions and have suffered losses 5 times in that scenario this year. Go back to April and May, the matches were highly contested. And Pilkington's team took part in 7 one-score games. And walk away out of all of that with a 500 record. That's pretty good. Again, given all the movement that can involve a second team with call-ups, whether it be to national teams, first teams, movement with the academy and the second team. A lot of times what gives a club such a positive record in one-score games is that cohesive play. And Pablo Morera has not been one to shy away from it. Getting that cohesive play, it's been tough this year, and it makes this third-place team with 11 wins that much more impressive given all the outside factors, the injuries, the call-ups, like we mentioned, the academy players getting involved and having an impact. It's really brushed away some of the difficulties that Revs 2 have suffered this year. Of course, Matthew Jean-Baptiste, such a big part of that. Academy player. In July was named the MLS Next Rising Star of the Month. Flex. He's draped by Azar. Campos standing right in front of the ball. Collision in open field. And the trip finally called. Revs 2 felt like the fall on the roll, the tuck and roll I should say, was a little unwarranted from Zuan Loyola. But before that he was tripped up. And prior to the trip it was just an honest collision right outside the 18-yard area. Here could be a match-defining moment. It's Cooper Flax with 9 goals this year. Number 10 certainly is on his mind. Will NYC go direct? It's Cooper Flax. He goes for goal, and it's over the head of Lapierre. Well, that would have set Icon Stadium into a frenzy. Flax a little too much on it. Seemed promising in the moment, got it over the wall. But the ball never came down. Quickly again. Possession won in the attacking third, and it's Carrizo who draws a corner kick. New York City are ruthless when it comes to winning the ball in the final third. That's where the press really shows its value. It's part of the reason at this stadium. This is now their third match at Icon Stadium in 2026. It's just the first goal they've allowed at this very pitch. They found a lot of solace in playing here. So far, have outscored opponents 9-1. As that previous play was ruled offside. If this result were to hold, right now NYCFC 2 and New England Revolution 2 would remain in their spots, even if we did go to PKs and had a winner. Advantage played for the moment. It's Lopez. Seymour Reed. Reed on his inside foot. And Malachi Wells able to get there, put a head to it, and break up play for the moment. The 5 goals against Cincinnati on Wednesday were the most in a single match this season for New York City FC 2. They've scored now 11 goals in 4 games and nearly made it 12 in that same stretch. This is the perfect time for Matt Pilkington's team to heat up on the attacking end of the ball. And coming into this match, 10 goals in 3 games. That was the most in a 3-match stretch since May of 2025, when they also scored 10 goals. And if you're looking for a sign that this New York City team was destined for a late season spurt, just go to the start of July when they defeated Crown Legacy in regulation. They're just one of 3 teams to have defeated Crown Legacy, in regulation this year. It's such a difficult team to play against. They move so fast. They can hurt you in so many different ways. New York City, though, looking very much like that team over the past 3.5 games. This portion of the match is brought to you by St. John's University, the official undergraduate partner of New York City FC 2. Substitution coming here for New England. Schneider Mimi, the first reinforcement onto the pitch today. Mimi, an NCAA journeyman from Daytona State all the way to Oral Roberts in the Midwest, then eventually finished his career as a UCLA Bruin. He returned from injury against Inter Miami 2, and he comes on for Mackay Wells just before the hour mark. Is that the impact sub the Pablo Morera's side needed to net a possible game winner? Well, only time will tell. Jean-Baptiste lost that one at the foot of the defender. Darlene drifts it in. Masendin pulled all the tricks out and couldn't get by a stingy Peter Molinari, who just takes up space in the middle of the park. That one floated to the backside. It's popped up, headed on. It was dangerous. Head-to-head collision. And the head official does not mess around. The training staff now comes onto the pitch. That action was perfect for New England. They worked from one side to the other. And that header was served on a silver platter. Couldn't be put home. And looking back on it, that collision made it very tough for that ball to have a clean way into the net. Both players are back to their feet. Good sign to see in for Revs too. And it's Miles Morgan, who's a little ginger to get off the pitch. He'll await re-entry at the direction of the 4th official. Joao Loyola was also the injured man for NYCFC 2. Right now it is 10 on 10. Everyone back onto the pitch. It's Revs 2 who keep. Campos Ups to the outer edge. Prajapati made it really tough to enter that ball. Molinari blanketed by Mussenden. And Sam doing everything he can to try and work through. Ultimately, he is charged with the foul and the push from behind. Risky play to play the ball right in front of net and across. Dalin took a bit of contact and was hunched over for the moment. NYC intercept. It's Seymour Reed. Reed on his right foot. That is why you cannot leave Seymour Reed unmarked. Doesn't matter what the distance is, the 6-yard box, the 18-yard area, or 25 yards out, he's got a rocket. And it was just a few feet off, aiming for that top right corner. The Jamaican forward is not to be trifled with. Last year scored 13 goals in 15 matches. For the first team, took part in 17 total games, 2 of which were actually in the MLS Cup playoffs. Would go on to record his first MLS goal. That one's left in behind. Reed, of course, the quality in possession, the physicality on the run. And the composure at the net makes him so dangerous. And if you looked at the 11 goals over the last 4 games, including today, you might be shocked to find out Seymour Reed didn't play in any of those. Intercepted, here's Macedo. Oliveira. Immediately works in an open space. Retrieves in the corner. Oliveira. That cross knocked away. Flax. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official kit supplier for New York City FC2. Seems New England have figured out New York's scoring capabilities, although we do have just under a half hour to play. They've limited him to just the 1 goal. And within that, that has been the only shot on target for Matt Pilkington's team. No surprise that New York City FC2 were able to jump in front in the passing category in terms of passes completed. The accuracy hasn't been there today. They surpassed 90% on Wednesday. As Lopez inside, it's an own goal. The moment New York City FC2 needed is the moment New England Revolution 2 could not afford. Johnny Lopez at the forefront of this one. He's waiting for it, gets his run forward, times it well. He looks to pass it in, and it was put in. It looks like Jake Shannon. New England Revolution 2 had done everything right. Their defense, it was head scratching. It was solid. It was compact. That's as errant of a mistake as you could see on a football pitch. It's Shannon with the own goal. And it's Johnny Lopez, who's created 2 goals in his last 2 games. Of course, scored that stunner on Wednesday and created the head scratcher this evening. The clouds are beginning to set in here at Icon Stadium. Revs 2. Still with it. Oliveira. Oliveira back onto it. Look for Morgan centrally. And that one was stabbed aside all the way back into the middle third of the pitch. Later tonight, Carolina Court will host Cincinnati 2. North Texas will welcome Minnesota United FC 2 to town. New York City looked to get out and run. It took a deflection. Seymour Reed was ready to just out-hustle every man down the field. It felt like New England was last to touch. That's not the case, and here's the press. Can New York City create out of it? Masendin. Little jab, step, and go here for New England. They're streaking down, and it is a foul. And a booking as well. This is an excellent spot for New England to attempt at evening this matchup. Shuma Sasaki ready to be yet another substitution for New England. And Sasaki, a former All-Big Ten player at the University of Michigan. He's had quite the year. Made his first team debut back in the U.S. Open Cup at the end of April. Sasaki, who started in half the matches he's played in. We'll see the pitch following this sequence. It's Adonis Campos following that challenge. And has shown the yellow card booking. This one played in search of a head. It slowly rolls to the outer edge. Sindin. His feet found the defense. And now head official Stephen Foster will hold up play to check on an injured NYC man. First reinforcement for Matt Pilkington is Lucas Sunic. Had the opener and the game winner on Wednesday. Another academy product who's played pivotal minutes. And Joshua Macedo sees the end of his day for Revs 2. We'll see if Sunic's entrance is delayed. It is. El Hadji Sam will make way for Lucas Sunic. Sunic 2 goals on the year in 11 matches prior to checking in. Sam, along with Seymour Reed, heavy runners up front that formation, and certainly got his cardio work in today. Carrizo on the press. Heavy touch. Falls to Darlene. This portion of the match is brought to you by Etihad Airways, the official airline partner of New York City FC. New York City FC 2. Flicked on. Campos was ready for it. Cleared up by Learned, but it is Campos who draws the foul. New York City in search of just their second playoff appearance all time. The only other appearance came in 2024 in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. As for New England, they have a while until they're in a clinching scenario. The only clincher right now is at the hands of Crown Legacy. Only just a victory of any kind to clinch a spot in the 2026 MLS Next Pro postseason. Here's Lopez. Created that own goal. New York City FC 2 thought it was last touched by a defender, and that is the case. It's flags over by the corner flag. Will begin his pursuit of a third one this evening. That shot blocked off the feet of Ponce. Good touch from Darlene. Mustered a little too much strength on it. And it's the hosts who continue to contain the ball. Only Saturday game of the year, or second Saturday game of the year, I should say, for New England. Any other time they played on a Saturday, it was a loss. Can they rewrite that narrative? This one played central. It's left in the middle for Morgan. Oliveira lost it as well. Players tumbling left and right for both teams. It's Morgan who goes down. And the spot is a matter of inches outside the box. That's where New England will have a free kick. So there's Morgan, and you can see that right foot. It's just outside the penalty area. If it's just a few inches toward goal, we're looking at a penalty kick. Stephen Foster prepared to draw at the line. This is as good as it gets. 75th minute. New England Revolution 2 trail by 1 to NYCFC 2. They need a goal desperately. And if it is Miles Morgan who stands over this ball, he has history at his feet. If he scores here, it'll be a single season record for New England Revolution 2. It could be a 14th goal. He tied Liam Butts' record earlier in this game for 13 in a single season. Here's the whistle. It's Morgan's to take. Miles Morgan going for goal, and way too much on it. So much can weigh on the mind in a big moment where history and a result meet in one. That time Miles Morgan yards away from the goal. We had a hydration break at the half-hour mark in the first half. Now here in the 75th minute, we'll have a hydration stoppage. 2-1 is your score at this break. New York City FC 2 lead New England Revolution 2. Goals today were scored by Cooper Flax and Miles Morgan. But a Jake Shannon own goal made it 2-1 New York City. It has them under 15 minutes away from all 3 points in this one. It would be the upset they need. It would jump Red Bull New York 2 in the table and sit in 7th by just 1 point, but from there on forward, only 3 points would separate a possible 7th-seeded New York City FC 2 and the 3-seed New England Revolution 2. Here's a recap of how we got to where we are. It's Carrizo on the ball. And here's Lopez, attempts to pass it, and it goes off the leg of Jake Shannon and into the back of the net. The defense had been star-studded. It had been perfect for Pablo Moreira's side, but one critical error has turned this match upside down. New York City FC 2, that's the break they desperately needed. Johnny Lopez won't get credit with the goal, but it's back-to-back matches that he has been front and center of a score. McLaren will now restart play. Jean-Baptiste and Morgan continue on the press. Learned dumps this one into the other end. Following the hydration break, it's 12 minutes or so until the announcement of stoppage time. And from there, anything can happen. We had 5 minutes of added time in the first half. We'll see what the fourth official and the rest of the crew decide on here. Prajapati. Darlene to Prajapati. Cross deflected out. Johnny Lopez loves every bit of it, even if it means a corner kick. He prevented any central pass. Quickly off the set piece, it's Prajapati. Cuts inside on Ponce. He goes down. It's on his own accord. NYC have open space. Zoa Loyola has reinforcements down the middle. Loyola, that one right into the leg of Darlene. And there's some shoving going on. No, Cooper Flax right in the mix of it, immediately shown a yellow card. Tempers flaring here at Icon Stadium. So Zoa Loyola was ready to cut inside, and his leg, as he followed through on the pass, it went right into Gabriel Darlene. Oh, and that's uncalled for from Cooper Flax. Gets right up into the face. Yellow card for unsporting behavior. No surprise there. Zoa Loyola still down after the collision. Of course, incidental, trying to pass that ball. And legs collided with Gabriel Darlene. His teammate immediately came to the rescue. A near scuffle prevented Firehead official Stephen Foster got right in there and prevented that mix-up from elevating to a lackluster level. Again, it was Zoa Loyola for NYCFC2 and Gabriel Darlene for Revs 2 who collided. We await the restart. Stephen Foster gets back into position. We await the whistle, and it is a red card against Zoa Loyola. He's been sent off, and NYCFC2 are down a man. It is a straight red.
A red card was issued in the 82nd minute to New York City's number 53, Joao Loyola. Number 53 from New York City has been sent off.
Loyola's day is done. Serious foul play, the ruling. New York City down to 10 men. Clinging on to a result now. Revs 2 have an opportunity to seize the final moments with an extra man. And Ponce is out, that one's loose! The line is cleared! A miraculous clear! Oh my goodness! Drew Kerr might have just saved the game for New York City FC2. Mac Learned lost this ball. It was heavy, and my goodness, he stopped Miles Morgan. Morgan had history on his foot. Kerr got in the way, and NYCFC2 somehow still lead. Headed to the back post, put down, and Learned able to control on that occasion. Flax plays it around. Every pass so crucial from this point forward. It's Kerr who had the game-saving play. Kerr threads it through. He cuts inside. He wasn't picked out on his run. Every second so precious now for New England Revolution 2. Carrizo to Kerr. As Reed and Sunic inside, it's Seymour Reed. You see how calm he is on the ball. Carrizo floats this one in. It was Carrizo looking to chase that ball on the other end. It was met quickly by Zach LaPierre. Darlene. Prajapati looks to cross. Deflected away. Under 5 minutes to go until stoppage time. It's Darlene's turn. Tries at the back post, and it's over the head of Morgan. Stays with the visitors. You can feel the pressure. We're just weeks away from the beginning of the start of the postseason, I should say, and this result would be crucial either way. And this one is just boomed to the other end. To the backside, it's loose and wide. And Prajapati slow to get up after colliding with the advertising boards and behind. NYCFC 2 with hopes of minimal stoppage time. We did have the hydration break in the 75th minute, so it should be at least a couple minutes. Then you had the red card in. And a goal celebration. We very well could look at 5 minutes, just like we saw in the first half of play, but again, way too soon to tell. Substitutions ready for both teams. Jean-Baptiste. Where to put that one? Sunic recovers it. Shannon goes down. Got ran over by Sunic. Morgan waits in the area with Jean-Baptiste. One of them hopes for some sort of touch. NYC last to touch, and it's a New England corner kick. Here come more substitutions. Jacob Ariave in for New York City FC 2. And Benjamin Carino comes on for New England Revolution 2. And Carino made his pro debut against Inter Miami 2 on Wednesday, played 2 minutes. He's, of course, much bigger 2 minutes with his side down by 1, up a man. And learned to challenge that ball. And last to touch was New England. They're frustrated. They felt like the call was wrong, but officiating crew with a better look than us. Under 90 seconds until the 90th minute. Revs 2 have lost back-to-back matches. They need a positive result desperately to keep pace with Crown Legacy and Chattanooga FC atop the Eastern Conference. As for New York City FC 2, they've ascended from the depths of the Eastern Conference. They sit in 8th after collecting big results in recent days. Molinari. Sunic taken down. And Mimi with the challenge. And he's shown a yellow card. The New England substitution commits the infraction. And it's a much needed set piece for New York City FC 2.
A yellow card has been issued in the 90th minute to New England's number 3, Schneider Mimi.
90th minute has arrived, and we have 8 minutes of added time as indicated by our 4th official. There is plenty of time for New England Revolution 2 to get back in this and send this match to PKs. The defense from here on out by New York City FC 2. It's simple, it needs to be perfect. No room for error, and they need to get this ball into their attacking half as soon as possible. And this is smart by New York City FC 2 to get half the numbers back defending, just in case this ball takes a New England bounce. They'll still go for goal, and it's wide. A win here would be historic. It would tie the all-time single season wins record at home for New York City FC2. They picked up a single season record, 7 wins on home turf back in 2023. This, of course, would be win number 7 if this result holds. Stingy defense here. Arayave all over it. It's quickly switched. Rajapati tries this one into Jean-Baptiste. It's loose, Jean-Baptiste. Well, he had power on that one. And Mac Learned somehow was unfazed as that one worked just to the left. Jean-Baptiste, you see how high up he gets. He's quick to react and get to the second ball. Learned plays this one as far away from his net as possible. All 3 games in 7 days, New York City FC2 have used their high press. For a lot of people, that would be unexpected just given the short turnaround between games. You don't want to run your players ragged, but Matt Pilkington has faith in his team that this press can work until the end. Of course, they have to strategize a bit differently here in the final 15 minutes or so, given the red card by Joao Loyola. And it smacks right to the gloves of Learned. Cristiano Oliveira needed to let that one go from distance. New England haven't scored many goals outside the area this year, just 3. They've done a lot of their damage at net. They might need a 4th outside the box today. Carino. Shannon to the opposite side. Carino. With the opportunity, a little closer to the 18-yard area. New York City deal with that one well. It's a foul against the host, Johnny Lopez. Right over the attacking player. There's a free kick for New England. Under 4 minutes to go until the approximate conclusion of this match. New York City FC2 holding on for dear life. A couple of late set piece chances for New England have kept it close. Miles Morgan had one just inches outside the area. Now it's Ben Carino. Plays that one to the backside. Dalin pops it up. Gabriel Dalin had to time his run. They're so perfect to stay onside and meet that ball in the air. And for Carino, it was a good-looking ball indeed. With the send. Nice touched by New England. Time beginning to run out for Revs too. Kerr with the game saving clear. Throw in for New York City. Shannon. Pressure on the byline. It's poked free, but the way of the leading hosts. Yavre tried to keep it in, couldn't. Quick booking shown. Under 2 minutes to go. Yavre given the yellow card. Darlene, the intended recipient. Heavy in his pass to Prajapati. Gabriel Darlene puts the defender on ice. It's Darlene. Draws the corner kick. Drew Kerr last to touch. This is the set piece that New England need desperately. This is now their 8th corner on the day. Prajapati, Karina, ran into a trio of NYCFC defenders, and it's a fast break. They can ice the game. Luka Sunic looks for a goal in back-to-back matches, and he's heavy. He had Seymour Reed on the near side. He opted to take it on his own foot. He went the whole distance and couldn't strike gold. Under 30 seconds to play. Revs 2 have been up a man since the 82nd minute. They've had chance after chance, but time is running out. Here's another look at it. Sunic in a track meet. He had Seymour Reed, but it was a good job of Schneider Mimi to close off that passing angle. Force Sunic to take it. And there it is, despite a red card. New York City FC 2 take this one 2-1. You could see the players collapsing left and right. It was a hard-earned result that had an unconventional finish with an own goal against New England to seal the deal. And a red card that put the result in jeopardy for New York City FC 2. Tonight's man of the match is Drew Kerr of New York City FC 2 and is presented by Adidas. You may ask why. Kerr didn't have a goal contribution. He had this clear. A historical was on the foot of Miles Morgan. He could have set the single regular season record for goals by a Revs 2 player at 14, but he was denied by Drew Kerr, our man of the match, presented by Adidas. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Josh Lill, saying so long from Icon Stadium. Once again, our final score, New York City FC 2 defeats New England Revolution 2, 2-1. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Have a great night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.